There we go. Okay. I think that's on. I'm just going to wait until I hear myself echoed. There we go. Yes. Sweet. Yeah, I didn't realize that I had to go into the YouTube control panel thing and tell it to start. So I was streaming this and nothing was happening. I was like, oh, I have to start the event. Forgive my enjoying a tasty beverage here, but once I start soldering, no food or drinks in here, so I gotta hydrate while I can. Alrighty. Oh, there's one thing there. One thing I'm not doing correctly. Preview. There we go. It's amazing how quickly you don't do a couple of these for a little while and you start to forget how everything works. But good now. So, yeah, here it is. Very excited about this. I have just received this item in this package today, and what it is another replica computer. I have down here, no easy way to show them, but they're on my channel. I have 3 replica computers at this point. This will make 4. I have the PDP-8, the PDP-11, and the Altair. And this will be the IMSAI 8080, which is super exciting. And this was kind of amazing where I'm probably remembering this story wrong, but the way I saw this go down was, one man made this thing, made one for himself, tweeted about it and such, and then everybody jumped right on him and they're like, you have to make a kit. We want one too. You got to be like Oscar, because Oscar made these kits. And in record time. I mean, I'm still working on making my first board and doing the schematic and ordering the PCBs and then fixing it and then making another one. I haven't even gotten the first step done. This thing was put into production. I mean, obviously, of course, all the effort of doing the first one was done, but still, like, tweet me if you want one to actually receiving it time. I'm impressed. I gotta say, I'm super impressed. And the packaging right now is killing me, but that's okay. There's probably an easier way to open this. I think it's been proven by science you can't think and live stream at the same time. Soldering while drunk. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm drinking seltzer. Though this is the best, Spindrift, the absolute best, in my opinion. And I'm correct. Okay, so this is glued on this side as well. Good Lord. I didn't realize how long it was going to take to open the package. Come on, you bastard. Bear with me just a moment here. Okay. Let's see if I knock my lapel mic off. All right, there we go. Try not to knock my beverage over. Seriously though, this part, I don't like this part. The outer wrap is on there in an unremovable way. Okay, the high nibble for the more significant bits. Oh, I forgot to wear my James Bond cufflinks and my fancy sweater. All right, so we're opening the box together. A bunch of people already got these, of course. I think this might be the first batch. I feel like it's the first batch. It's one of the few things I got in on right away. So there's that. So we've got a warning here. The kit contains cut acrylic. Cut acrylic can have sharp edges that can in turn cut. As a precaution, wear cotton gloves to protect your hands while handling the cut acrylic. And there are many small parts. And the simulated replica computer you will build, should not be used for any other purpose. It can be not expected to work beyond a demonstration of a simulated computer. But it didn't say that I'm not allowed to use it for nuclear weapons control systems. Nice. Okay, well, first instruction I'm disregarding here is to wear cotton gloves, because I don't have any. I probably should have some, but then I'd be like the guy with the Swiss accent. I do have the Louis Rossmann black nitrile gloves, but that's okay. I am an expert in handling cut acrylic. So we've got, oh, nicely cut and bent thingy. I haven't watched, did I say this already? I haven't watched the assembly instructions. So there are a series of videos. I started watching them, but I was intimidated by how well dressed you apparently have to be to put this together. And I don't know, got on a t-shirt, it's fraying on the edges. So, all right, we got a bag of parts. I'm not a good unboxer, you're supposed to describe all this stuff. We have a micro SD card, what appeared to be a lot of little switches. Wow, this is astounding. Dude, you like little slots in the, it's not just slots, it's little cut outline shapes for the switches and everything. That is professional, freaking professional work. Look at this thing. Wow. Nobody does this. Who does this? This is a labor of love. Now, it didn't quite survive the trip. A couple of these screws, or bolts, seem to have fallen out of their protective slots. So there they are over there. A couple of them. But anyway, that's just something. Jeez. Now I'm even more intimidated to ever make anything myself. That's beauty. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. All right. Oh, look at that. There's the board. There's the board. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. It's spacers. Protective papers. Oh, the front panel. Oh, look at that. So my plan here, of course, is all in the space of one evening. Maybe, probably take me, 20, 30 minutes to put this thing together? Easy peasy. Look at that. That is sweet. As the owner of an amateur laser cutter, or as the amateur owner of a laser cutter, I am impressed. What is in here? Ooh, a piece of red something. And some more protective paper. Wow, the work that went just into putting this in the box. Nice thick acrylic panel thing, and then this piece here, which is also a piece. I've been busy. I've been busy. I've been tired. I haven't been watching the instructions. This piece, there's a black piece here. See, the thing about the PEP kits is, having done one, that the PEP11 was similar to the 8, so they were kind of cut from the same cloth in terms of kit. The design of the replica kit. So I was able to use my experience with the one a little bit on the other one. Now this, of course, coming from a fresh mind with fresh new ideas, it may take a bit longer because there are concepts here that are going to be foreign to me. All right, so, but there are, I believe, as of this moment, some printed directions, written directions in beta form. And I always forget to look over here at the screen comments. Okay, 15 minutes, easy. Right. Just twist the ends together, right? And then put it in the toaster oven. Okay, so those are all the pieces. I've taken the pieces out of the box. I'm going to set the memory card aside. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. I'm going to need an accessory table. Bear with me a moment, or don't. I'm a YouTube stream, not a cop. I have an accessory table on the other side of the lab, just for purposes like this. I'm going to roll it over so I can separate out the parts I'm working on from the parts that are for later. And then, I need one of those trays I cleaned up the other day. Oh, geez. This is exciting, isn't it? It's exciting to watch me wonder where I put my parts trays. Might have to make do without. Okay, well, before we get there, let's do this. Switch over to Ha. Get all your tables and tools ready. Yeah, I know, but it was between. See, what happened is I had 15 minutes to get ready, and I thought that would be plenty of time. But then I went looking for a roll of gaffer tape that I had somewhere, and I couldn't find it, and I got distracted because things are supposed to stay where I put them, and you wouldn't think it now, but I'm usually pretty organized about this stuff. And yeah, all right. Getting silly now that I can't find this stuff. Not a problem. I'm on it. I am on it. I have a plan. And it's a good plan. Did I say the word amateur? All right, just doing this for fun. Some stuff does. I mean, that roll of tape, it goes in the top drawer, and it wasn't in the top drawer, and I couldn't, like, my brain short-circuited. Where could it possibly be? It doesn't leave this room. It's just the tape I use to cover up labels on things. Okay, anyway, I cleared off some space, and I got my tray. So there's that. And now we're going to take a look here, and we're going to see step-by-step assembly guide. And we're just going to see what I have to do first. I'm sure, last time I said I won't get through this in one night. I just persevered, and then I stayed up all night and put it together, which was stupid, because I do have to be functional tomorrow. Unpack, check against the bill of materials. Let's pretend I did that. Damage, no, it looks good. Okay. No, please, tease the crap out of me. Step 1. Oh, look at that. Okay. So these are the steps, apparently. All right. I think I can handle that. So I'm gonna need a bunch of connectors and things which are obviously coming from that bag. Okay, since I'm not done with my seltzer yet, we'll just unpack some parts here. Of course, wearing my ESD protective Apple Watch. Nothing in the bag. Something's in the bag.
Mommy?
Barnes & Barnes fans. Okay, bunch of Resistors. Actually, LEDs. This step is very similar to the PDP-11 kit, where I thought I would do a live stream of me putting it together, but it was a live stream of me sorting parts. So, if there are any meth heads watching this, you might enjoy this part. Otherwise, your attention span probably won't be able to handle it. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Put the caps in there, put those in there. There's like 6 LEDs left. Make stupid noises. Is anybody even watching anymore? Where's the number? Can't see the number. It says peak was 4. Peak. Okay, so we get these guys in here. These guys in here. So cute. Okay, there we go, getting there. Haha, not too bad. A couple little screws I'll put in there. Looks like a transistor, I'll put in there. Some jumpers. Little right angle switch button. Nuts. Surface mount IC of one type or another. Headers, looks like a resistor network, I don't know. Headers. Surface mount SD card slot. And a bodge wire. Okay. 3/4 done. Yeah, I know. But I feel like I'm accomplishing something if I put all the parts in here, except the Velcro. Okay, so step 1. Here we go. Cut 2 sets of 3 pins from the 20x1 male header strip. Oh, and then solder. So all right, so we're up to that point. Maybe I'll read ahead. I think I said this last time. I had this sadistic teacher once who gave out one of those tests where it was like, read all the instructions before beginning. And then they had you do a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff. And then, like, at the end of the thing on the page 3, it said to disregard all the even questions or something. Hello, Mr. the High Nibble. What time is it over there? I'm just about to get started. I'm foolishly optimistic. Just finishing my beverage before I get out the solder, as they say. All right. Time for time to make a fashion statement. I always like to pretend I'm Louis Rossman. Put on the black gloves. The creator. I know. At least Oscar didn't watch me until the replay. And then I was like, I shouldn't have said all those mean things. Okay, here we go. Try not to knock stuff all over the place. Put that there. Oh, so what? Okay, so I'm 2 sets of 3 pins. So, all right, I think I can handle that. That looks like a male header. I have plenty of spares. 2 sets of 3. 1, 2. Okay. Feel happy about that. Let's bring out fume extractor. I noticed, by the way, Mr. the High Nibble, that I didn't detect a fume extractor in your video there, which I haven't actually watched all the way through. So I watched about 5 or 10 minutes of part 1, and then I was like, I can't do this. I don't have the cufflinks. So I'll just wing it in my ratty t-shirt. Okay, get this all, it's not all fakakta, as we say in New York. All right, power on. Probably need that board. Should have seen earlier, I was fawning over this packaging. I can't not believe how nicely put together all this stuff is. The little slots for all the parts in the cardboard. It's set an impossibly high bar if I ever try to do a project, because I know I'm not going to be able to do that level of, it's mostly because I'm lazy. Yeah, lay it flat. Well, you know, this works. This works okay. I've been doing this for a while, so I'll live with it. I have a little air quality monitor in the corner of the room, which will tell me when I'm going to die. Okay, where were we now? Solder these into the unpopulated through holes on the ESP32. Oh, I pulled. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That makes sense. That's reasonable. That's over there. Oh, okay. I see. Fine. Sure, why not? Upon completion, there should be 20 pins along each edge. Okay, so we're just filling out the missing pins on this doodad. It's a pretty easy one, I think. Just think, except of course the little bits of plastic on the edge, making it not fit nicely. I think I'm going to lazy this. My eyes. I got so nervous now. He's watching. He's watching. This is how I do this stuff because I'm so fundamentally lazy. There we go. Just tacked it in with one pin and then remelt it and push it in evenly. That'll hold. And we'll come back and do the other two. Ooh, that one actually went in just right the first time. Seriously, my hands are shaking. It's like he's gonna see me screw up. My hands kind of shake anyway. That's close enough. Inspect. Fine. Okay. That's a thing. Yeah. I copied the soldering gloves. I was wearing the expensive blue gloves, but the cool kids used the black gloves. Oh, fan side. Really? Honestly? Those are the instructions for this? Like, what are you supposed to do now? Filter side down. Like this. Filter side down. Really? Okay. No, I could see that. It's louder that way, though. I'll try it. I'll try it. Yeah, that's the thing. Huh. All these years. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, John Kennedy. Man, I gotta get to step 2. Okay. Connector 20x1 female times 2. These look familiar. Solder these connectors mounted on the back of the PCB in the 2 rows of 20 through holes that form a dip 40 outline marked ESP32. The fan? So I can live a full and rich life. The back of the PCB. So this must be the front of the PCB on account of it's got the name on it. The back. It's not the lead. The lead is not a problem. It's the smoke from the what am I trying to say? I got lead poisoning. It's the smoke from the flux. The rosin. That rosin is nasty. The gloves are nitrile. All right. I should put a link. I'll put a link in the video description to my Amazon affiliate page. But these are the gloves. They're the nitrile examination gloves from Skintix. Those are extra large because I have large hands. And these are the gloves. These are better. These are the Microflex Safe Grip. These are very expensive though, so I use the cheap black ones now. But these are good for doing other stuff, like cleaning stuff. Okay. No. Read the instructions. Okay. Well, I didn't solder it yet. So the instructions say, here's the words. Solder these connectors mounted on the back of the PCB in the 2 rows of 20 through holes that form a dip 40 outline marked ESP32. Don't worry, I haven't started. So the question that I would have for someone reading the instructions, I mean, I guess you're right. That's obviously the back now that I look at it because all the component designators are on this side. What threw me off at first was that the logo is on here. So looking at that, my first instinct was to call this the front. But I see now what you're going for, that's not the front because this is where all the actual component designators are written, so. Right? I haven't soldered it. It's okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait now. The back is earlier defined as the side with the IMSAI logo. Well, there you go then. So that was my rushing through. Glad I was asked a question about my gloves. Or I might have just soldered that. On the other hand, I have one of those cool desoldering guns. So. any excuse to remove a through-hole component. So I can pull out the big gun. Ah. Here we go. Aye. All right. So, yeah. So that's obviously entirely my fault, but potential suggestion for dipshits like me. Maybe it could say here, when it says the back on step 2, just reinforce that, like the back parentheses, the part with the IMSAI logo. Because I'm sure, yeah, here it is. See, note, front and back. But I skipped right past that. Oh, look, I should have read this too. Note on the PCB, no resistor R15, 2 silkscreen errors. Spare, okay. So I should have read that. Keep the box. It is a beautiful box. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you want to make it slightly more idiot-proof, then the stuff that's in the notes up here, maybe repeat when it's relevant down there, because people might have forgotten by the time they got to that step, I suppose. Or if they're idiots like me, they didn't even read it in the first place. But I did now, right? This is good. We're good. I think we're good. If we're not good, I will rework it. So I'm going to, again, tack one in on each side. It's not so easy with these big connectors, but look at that fume extractor go. Ooh. And then I'm going to push it on the bottom while I remelt that. Just make sure everything is pressed up against there tight. Same deal on this guy. Wiggle it nice and tight. Okay. Because it's a big connector, I think I'll do the ends. And then I'll look over at the chat and watch somebody going, "Stop, you idiot!" I should totally have read it all. Here's the problem. Here's your real mistake. You're too fast. Like, if you were like 6 months late in shipping out these kits, then I'd have nothing else to do but read the instructions. Oh, sorry. I had it on the I had it on screen share that whole time. So you didn't see my tremendously awesome soldering job. It's really too bad. You'll just have to imagine how good I did. I really hope I've got this in the correct way now, because it'd be super embarrassing. I kind of know what I'm doing, so. Uh-oh. Oh, no, almost had a little bridge there, but Why does my soldering iron keep getting hung up on that? There we go. Overconfidence, perhaps, is what is going to be my downfall on this one. Can't wait though. This will be fun to play with. I have that Altair replica, and it's cool and all, although I didn't put it together myself, unlike the PDPs. The thing I realized the other day, because I never had an Altair and I didn't know too much about them, but the other day I was thinking, like, maybe I'll sit down and I'll write some programs for this. And I started reading up on it and everything, and I was like disappointed when I discovered that there's no, I'm not going to know the correct terminology for this because it was really a quick thing, but there's no like display, separate display, you know, indicators, whatever it's called. I'm sure it's labeled here on the front panel. Programmed output, is that the one? So it's like, it's kind of tricky to make anything, the kind of things I wanted to do all involved like displaying stuff on the front panel, and it really clearly wasn't meant for that. It's just meant for entering code and debugging and stuff, which makes sense. I mean, back then if you had a computer, you know, as soon as you could get a terminal hooked up to it, I'm sure like the front panel, like that seemed old school. But now when you're trying to be deliberately old school, it's like I want to control the lights on the front panel, and they're hardwired to show the current memory address and stuff. And anyway, this I think has the ability to put stuff on there, right? Yes. Well, the Altair does too. It's which one is that? That's, I think, Altair. Right. Yeah, the Altair clone. This is the one I got. And what I love about this thing is it's full size. It's like it looks exactly like the real thing, same size and shape and everything. And then you go to pick it up, and it weighs nothing. You like pick it up, and you're like it flies into the air because there's literally nothing inside of it. It's a big empty box, and I don't know why that amuses me. So, okay, next step. I guess I should have. I think I might have to have a short assembly session tonight because I'm just a little tired and loopy. All right, so I did that. I did step 2. Thank you for fixing my foolishness. I'm just catching up on the chat in case somebody said anything I need to pay attention to. All right, cool. So now where do we go? Step 3. PSRAM. Oh, the surface mount. Oh dear, do I want to do this on camera? Why not? Pin 1 is indicated on the PCB by a white dot and on the component by a dimple in the plastic case. When done, perform a continuity test with a multimeter from each pin of the SOP8 package to a connected pad on the PCB. See video, details to follow. Okay. So U13, which just goes on the front this time. U13. Where are you, my little friend, U13? There it is, under there. Ah, neat. I don't know, this fan does work better in that orientation, but it's louder, so I'm putting it back now, and maybe it's just different. I'm just not used to it. I don't know. Hopefully the lapel mic that I'm using keeps some of that noise from being too distracting. So let's get ready for micro soldering. Yeah, I know. I should have had this all ready before. I'm a terrible person. Oh dear. What's loose? Something is loose. Ah, there we go. It's caught on my lamp. Ah, ready. Focused. That's as good as it's gonna get. No attentive much. Oh. Sorry. I had I had my microscope adjusted for a different. Oh man, it's like the Keystone Cops here. I got my glove caught in the microscope stand when I was adjusting the height. Okay, there. That bit of foolishness is now resolved. So we're going to go for actually working on this thing now. One of these days I have to solve the fact that the camera likes to rotate so that it's not the same orientation as the eyepiece. Okay, friends, I'm still here. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I feel like I am going glacially slow here because I keep getting distracted by stuff, and I feel bad because yeah, we do have stuff to do, but what the hey, I'm gonna get through a couple more steps, I think, and then I will probably call it a night and maybe finish this tomorrow, or possibly it's America Day is coming up, so I have a 4-day weekend, and that would probably be the right time to do this. But okay, so pin 1 is indicated by a white dot and the component by a dimple in the plastic case. Yes, indeed. So that I can see. There's the white dot for pin 1, and there's the dimple, and there's my shaky hand. Black coffee's not enough for me. I need a better friend. Okay, so that is the orientation. We got that part. It's out of focus. Okay. I have like 3 different ways I could do this, but I think this being a large component, and I think I mentioned before I'm kind of lazy, so really, is it? I mean, you're making me want to stay up and do this. I'm gonna probably need some flux. Oh, that's, yeah, I'm gonna put some, I should put some flux on there. That's ugly. It's ugly as crap. One moment. There we go. Happy. Happy. Sorry. Again, things I need are all over the room. Alcohol. Check. Yeah, the when I saw that SD socket, again, I wasn't really paying attention watching the videos or anything, so I took that SD socket out of the package and I was like, you gave me a surface mount SD socket. You're truly a villain. I got right-handed. Kind of want to use the hot air. Get away without it. Should flux it. I normally would use the hot air on this, but I feel like you're all watching me. Sometimes I feel like... Alright. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is a shitty job, isn't it? I should probably watch the video because I don't normally do this surface mount stuff, and when I do, I tend to get out the hot air gun and just do it my way. I think flux on these guys. This was so tidy before I got a hold of it. I don't know. Good enough? I feel like that's good enough. Looks a lot better when you're not looking through a microscope, too. Okay. Test continuity. Sure. There's my favorite line from the movie Ghostbusters is when Dr. Venkman says to Janet, I think, after they open their ghost busting office, he says, type something, will you? We're paying for this stuff. And I've used that quite often in my career. What's on the Q-tip? My favorite 99% isopropyl alcohol, just to get some of the flux residue off, because, you know, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Now I have, speaking of being worth overdoing, if I could just remember how to do it, I have the ability to overlay the meter. Screw it. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. I don't know if you can hear that beeping, but it's beeping. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. It's much fancier than my usual visual inspection. Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, I have a can of flux remover spray, but it's, I don't know, it makes everything all gooey. I find the alcohol is just fine. Oh, step 4. Hey, the SD card, the fabled SD card. Let's see. I mean, you're right though. Like, the rest of these things look pretty easy. Maybe I'll do the hard stuff tonight. All right, I should read before I open the package. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Oh, I gotta show you so we can all watch together. Number 4, micro SD card socket SMD. Front. Align the 2 locating pins on the micro SD card socket with the 2 holes in the PCB. Solder the 4 large ground pads of the lid first, ensuring the 9 smaller leads are well aligned, then solder the 9 smaller leads. Okay. I know some of those words. We'll go back to the microscope. There is the SD card socket, pristine in its packaging. Off camera, peeling. This could be an ASMR video now. Give me some honeycomb. Taking it out of the wrapper. I should, you know, if you can't do that, if you can't get it out of the package, your chances of being able to successfully solder it are slim to none. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Should be fairly obvious, right? The pins over there, pins over there. There's some locating tabs which located themselves nicely. After the 2 align the 2 locating pins, solder the 4 large ground pads. Yeah, I can do that. Just dump. I know. I was just trying to be cool. Should have learned that lesson in high school. Now I gotta say, like, I'm not. There's probably a reason for it, but putting that socket on the back as the first step makes this board not sit flat on the desk. So it's kind of like not making it easier for me here. There we go. It's okay. Close enough. The pins are where they go. I'm just wondering why you couldn't put that socket on at the end. There must be a reason. Of course, there's plenty I could be doing here to actually use my soldering iron to heat this. There's plenty I could be doing here to put this on something so that it's not flexing like that. I could totally do that, but excuse me. Oh, thank God, because if I was holding up the packing and shipment of more kits, I would hate myself. I mean, not that I have that power, but like sometimes you're looking for procrastination, or distraction, or something. Someone conveniently provides one. Okay. Now there's the order. It's there. See, 1 header, 2 connector on the back, and then 3 is the chip, and then 4 is the socket. So, I don't know. I feel like this would go a lot easier if I put some flux all over it, but then I get flux under the SD card. It does help, though, prevent those solder bridges, even though I have rosin coarse solder. What do you think? Just like straight down. Oh, look at that. Like a professional. Did you see that? Oh my God. Save this for the replay. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I'm just gonna touch this guy up here a little bit. There we go. Don't fix what ain't broken. God, that's beautiful. Sometimes I love me. Buy another one, huh? Yeah. Make one for your friends. Okay. Gotta have the Kim wipes. All right, I put the socket on. Socketed to me. $10K resistor. I did the swiping trick. Was that a trick? I've seen kids do it on TV. So if I were to continue, oh, there's a test step. Oh, okay. No, I got to get to 8. I got to get to number 8. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get to step 8, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. Okay. Winner, winner. So what's next? Resistor 10K, R14 front. Okay. I feel like we can go back to here. Get my microscope out of the way. feel like 10K has some black and some red in it. And this one's got some brown and some black. I don't know. That would be useful. Refresh now. Okay. Reloading the page. Reloading now. Boom. Oh, look at that. Oh. So now that's moved to step 7. Cool. I'm thinking another tip for the instructions. I'm just looking here to see if there's a convenient color code. Because you just say 10K, but you don't really say check the bomb. Yeah, so I mean it's going to be in another place, but again, just to make it a little foolproof, you could say like resistor 10K parens orange, black, red, or whatever. So we'll go back here. Is it? Not really on here either, is it? I mean, unless you can see those tiny pictures. All right, anyway, where was I? Step-by-step assembly guide. Okay, so yeah, I assume the reason for refreshing this was mainly so we could see that the back connector has been moved to number 7, right? Or was there something else critical here? Oh, the number. Oh, I see, because you say you have this many, you have more of those than the other ones. Yeah. I'm just waiting for somebody here to tell me, because I mean I don't want to seem like an idiot for doing it wrong. Oh, see, I almost did have it wrong. Okay. Okay. So let's get through the next couple of steps. This should be really quick. So I can manage to put in a resistor, I think. All right, so I have fewer of, what you're saying is that I have fewer of the 10Ks. So if I go back to my bench here, got a whole lot of those. These are the 3K, and these are the 10K. Leads from heaven. You guys are pranking me, sitting right in front of a multimeter. There we go. I hate to memorize anything that I don't have to memorize. So I have, I have for work, I help take care of the makerspace at my office, and they need somebody, they need a minimum number of people who are who have sorry, I'm trying to say this, trying to speak and do something at the same time. They need people who are DOT hazmat trained. That's the U.S. Department of Transportation hazardous materials training. And the reason for that is because we produce, waste in the makerspace, and the waste that we produce is leftover filament from the 3D printer. So the little bits of plastic that come off the 3D printer, we have to separate and dispose of them according to some sort of guidelines. And this requires somebody to sign a manifest so that we can throw away our garbage. And because of that, just so that somebody can sign a manifest so that we can properly throw away the little bits of plastic that come off the 3D printer, we need to have like 2 or 3 people who are certified for Department of Transportation hazardous materials training, which is a course that you have to pay for. It's $100 to take this course, and it's like 8 hours of videos that you have to sit through and watch. And in these videos, they tell you, it's in the most monotone, boring way possible. It's like, Class 3 hazardous materials consist of flammable liquids and combustible liquids. Class 4 hazardous materials as defined in 29 CFR 473.102 Section A, B. And it's just all this just sort of minutia that nobody cares about. And then at the end, you go through the whole section, then you have to take a quiz. And the questions in the quiz are things that they're literally asked questions like, where are, what does 29 CFR 473.259 define? And then it'll be like transportation requirements, handling requirements. But it's like, it's just, you're not memorizing all of this. It's right. It's that kind of lazy test making where they're just like, ask you facts and figures from the statutes. Anyway, I got distracted. I brought this up because it reminded me of memorizing resistor color codes. All right, so I need to install R14. I was trying to make an excuse for the fact that I never memorized that stuff. I'll find it. I'll find it eventually. See, this goes 12. And then there's 1, 2 over there. And I mean, I presume if I'm installing a 1Z resistor, that it's probably in a 1Z resistor type of place. And it's not in amongst the groups of other ones. This must be like a pull up or pull, oh, it's over there. Okay, so it must be like a pull up or pull down or something. Can't see. You can't see, I'm sorry. Lighting and everything else. It's over there by the, what is that? RAM chip? I was talking, just pretend you didn't see this. Never bend the leads on your lead bender until you know the correct size to bend them to. I found it eventually. Put it on the front, double checking, front, okay, front. Can solder a through-hole resistor. Watch this. Snip. Snip. Like I bought one. Next part. Capacitor, 100 nanofarad, C1 on the front. No, shopping list, 3D printer. Then you don't have to buy one of these. You buy a 3D printer instead. Now these are easy. Are these all the same? Probably not. Somebody tell me if they're all the same. I know I'm supposed to look at the bomb. What's the point of having people watching you do it, cheering you on? All right, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna do this like I would if I weren't trying to be lazy by asking people. 17 capacitor, 100 nanofarad. They're marked 104. Okay, so I think that's what I got. Oops. 100 nanofarad, 104. It's definitely these parts. Yes. Okay. Only one kind of cap. You guys. All right, C1 now. Here's what I'm gonna do. There's like a 15 to 20 second lag in the chat too. So you yell stop when my finger is over C1. All right. Look, C1. It's right next to R14. I'm getting smart here. Like it kind of makes sense that we're just putting on the critical components for the ESP32. So that we can test the thing. I had a panic for a moment when I was like, I wonder if this thing comes with the ESP32. Maybe I have to buy that myself. And then I won't be able to do anything. Was I supposed to put that on the back? No, okay. All right, I knew one of these was back. Believed you about the fan, yeah. No, it should totally put the fan part down. Okay, yeah, the resistor network does go on the back. I caught that earlier. Where did I put the resistor network? I put it in one of these little cubbies. Seriously. I put it in here. Oh no, I didn't. I guess I picked it up. It's been sitting on my desk. All right, so it says resistor network RN1 back. Pin 1 indicated by the square pad and on the component by white dots. Here is the resistor network. Yes, it does, but Tom Lake, I didn't look at the bomb until after the package arrived. And then I thought, I want to do this live stream of me assembling it. Wouldn't it be funny if it turns out that I didn't bring, like I'm missing an important thing that I will then need to order from Amazon and wait till tomorrow. And I ordered one from Amazon anyway because, you know, why not have an ESP32 to play with? Okay. Nobody's gonna yell at me. I'm putting the resistor network on the back. It's totally the right thing to do. It's labeled on the back and everything. Oh, what a terrible job I did there. It's okay. So I like to do the one pin and then ensure it's a perfect 90-degree angle, because I'll know that's inside there, slightly crooked, for the rest of my life if I don't get it right. You can never unsee that. I'm so excited that this has a resistor network in it. That was one of the first electronic components that I remember getting excited by when I first got into this stuff, and I found out that they make such a thing. And I was like, my days of soldering individual pull-up resistors are over. They're still here. I know where they are. Look. One of my many component bins. And what's my component bin full of? Baggies of resistor networks of all shapes and sizes. Because I thought, oh, I'll use those all the time. I should get a bunch of them. Never used them. Okay, back to reality here. I put that in. Now, of course, I have to install that connector. Oh wait, I already did. So what went in place of that? Or did that just get, everything got shifted down, right? So yeah, we're not missing anything yet. So we're just up to testing. Yeah. Right? Turn the fan off here. Are we up to that point? Sorry, I'm looking at this, and yeah, looking at this. They're not used ever, yeah. Well, the thing about, okay, so I think I did, let's review here. Did all these steps. I'm feeling kind of goofy, so maybe it was that seltzer. I shouldn't have got drunk on lemon seltzer before I started. So I put I put the extra parts on the ESP32 kit. I put the RAM on. I put the SD card socket. I put the 10K resistor, the capacitor, the resistor network, and then I put that connector on the back before I started. Yeah, no, that happens. All right, so cool. So now it says plug the kit into the female connectors on the back of the PCB. The USB connector should be towards the near edge of the PCB, and the Wi-Fi antenna towards the RS-232 connector mounting holes. So let's do that first. On here, gotta move my Stream Deck closer to me so I can keep pressing the buttons. So, where'd it go? Ensconced in cardboard. So I believe the instructions say the USB connector toward the edge of the PCB and the Wi-Fi antenna towards the RS-232 connector mounting holes. So I can put this in there. Okay. Insert the micro SD card. I have here the micro SD card. I've inserted the micro SD card. Is it one of those sockets where it happily will accept it upside down? No. Good. Who designed these things? Okay, insert the micro SD card. Connect the ESP32 Pico kit to a PC with a suitable USB cable. Okay, thank you for that tip, Tom Lake. Run a terminal emulator at 115.200 baud 8N1 connected to the TTY COM port that the ESP32 Pico kit presents and observe the boot logs. Okay, let's do that exact thing. We'll go over here. And we'll go over here. I think the gloves are coming off. Can't wear those for typing. They're only for soldering. Okay, so first we need, I guess first I need to plug it in because it's Windows and it needs to detect the new COM port. What kind of thing is this? Micro USB. I will gather a micro USB. Uh-oh. Dislodged something. Okay, Windows. Now it's serious, yeah. Puttying things. I have to plug that in order for the COM port to appear, I think. The light came on. See, there's, well, you can't see it. There's a red light. Trust me. There's a red light. Da-da-da. Windows, Windows. Shouldn't there be a COM ports here somewhere? I mean, I feel like it should have made some Windows device detected noises when I plugged that in. Okay. There are several possible reasons why this is not working. One is that I might have accidentally disconnected my USB hub earlier. No, if I did that, oh, I'm hearing noises. My keyboard wouldn't be working because the USB, the Logitech receiver is plugged into the same USB hub. So, another possible explanation is that this USB cable that I'm using might just be power only. I wouldn't put it past it because it's just whatever happened to be sitting on my desk. And I think I have a couple that are NG for actual. But if I have anything in spades, it's USB cables. So I'll just go get one from the collection. There's one. Read the docs. Unless the driver isn't installed, well, again, I get it, but the principle of telling people information at the point where they need it is the one that I would suggest might make it slightly, not necessarily better, because again, this is all fault of the fool who is trying to operate it, but it might just make it more resistant to fools. All right, I'm going to plug this one in anyway and see what happens. Because I feel like Windows would still, there it goes, yeah, see? That was not the problem. It was definitely a charge-only cable because it didn't pop up this COM port before. Now it's at least popping up the COM port and complaining that the requested operation was unsuccessful. I feel like I have one of these Silicon Labs drivers already installed. Yeah, see, it's already installed. Because I've got a lot of USB dongles and stuff. So why doesn't it like me? Is there an update? No. Oh, huh. No, but I do. Right there on the screen in front of me. have the driver. It just says the device cannot start. I mean, does it work anyway? Possible it works anyway. I don't know, Windows. Okay. So yeah, so we have to resolve this error first. Disable, I'm happy trying that. Hey, look at that. Turn it off and on again. That is my primary core competency. I'm actually going to load these settings because they're prettier. And then I'll just change. Hey, there's a thing. Okay, so errors with the PSRAM or micro SD card will indicate soldering mistakes. So I don't see errors. Right? I'm not familiar with the ESP32, but I mean it says found RAM device and so on, initialized and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if I should have expected it to get further along. Like, is it running? No, I guess it, oh, there it is, IMSAI. So it must have read that from the, did it read that from the SD card? Or is that like flashed onto this thing? I don't know. I've never used one of these. So I think I can't talk. Test successful, perhaps? Cool. Okay. I apologize for being so slow and goofy here, but I'm just having fun, and I appreciate that people are hanging out with me while I was doing this. I think the reality is it's 10:30 at night here, and I would still have to. I mean, the rest of it, like putting through-hole LEDs and resistors and switches in. That's I think going to be very reminiscent of the other kits, but it'll take a while. So rather than put myself in a situation where I'm tempted to stay up till 1 a.m. and then be a zombie at work tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I can just pull a plug, right? Does it say? I think it says here. Make sure you remove stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and take this guy out, right? Yeah, I don't know. You want an NVS error? I'll give you an NVS error. I don't know what that means, but it sounded cool. I'm going to put this SD card back in its little case. I will carefully take this out without bending the Wi-Fi antenna. So carefully. Oh, you can't. Well, you're not going to watch me do that. Okay, I've carefully removed it. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I think I will come back tomorrow, and I will put the rest of this kit together. So seriously though, I'm just goofing on this, the instructions there. I can't even imagine writing up a project like this. I have a project that I've been working on afternoon here and weekend there for quite a while to just control some light panels for a fish tank, and talking to a friend of mine who I'm working on it with about, like, it would be cool if we put this up on GitHub so people can make their own, and it's intimidating to think about putting all this, trying to write everything up and explain it, and So yeah, I'm just, again, I'm blown away. I think all you guys here already have one of these. So, but for anybody who doesn't, I'm going to say it again. Look at this friggin' thing here. I have never seen anything like this. I mean, I can't get over it. Like, I almost want to not put this together just so I can, maybe I should get a second one and keep it new in box or something. Little holders for every little thing. It's this is nutty. Did you send did you like laser these at home, or did you have these things made? Because this is just wild. I can't get them back in there now that I've taken it out. I have a laser cutter over there, and I've made like Christmas gifts for my family, and it's days of just. Anyway, this is like, if this thing, just the packaging that this has come in has already brought me more than the money's worth for buying it. And also, that's the other thing, like the price is such a good deal. Okay, anyway, I'm babbling as I often do because I don't know how to end a video. So I'm gonna hit the stop button on this now and wrap it up. And I'll be back tomorrow around the same time after I get done with dinner to hopefully put the switches and things in, put the case together, and fire this bad boy up. I am very eager to see it running. So thanks again, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.